Good work dealing with that spy. You please, Stalin. Make sure you never disappoint him. Now, I have a special task for you. We are amassing for our attack on Berlin. The Allies are aware of this, so we are going to, how do they say, throw them a bone? I want you to create a diversion. Occupy their troops until we can drop soldiers behind their lines. Once the troops are in, use the soldiers to cut off Allied communications. With no early warning, we can take Berlin by surprise.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. No problem.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. No problem.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction options.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledge.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledge.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. New construction
Acknowledge.
options.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. No problem. Acknowledge.
Vehicle acknowledge. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Comrade. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. New construction options.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Comrade. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Building.
Waiting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Waiting order.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Low power.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
selected.
Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Unit ready. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Building. Building.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction
sir.
complete. New construction options. Building.
Comrade. Waiting order.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, affirmative. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledge.
Vehicle affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes,
Building.
sir.
Affirmative.
Reporting. Report. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Vehicle affirmative.
Building.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Report. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Primary building selected. Building.
Waiting order. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledge.
Yes, affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Building.
Report. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. Building.
Vehicle acknowledge.
Unit
Awaiting order.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. Unit lost. Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir. Vehicle acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledge.
ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Vehicle acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Waiting
ready.
order.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledge.
ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Waiting. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Waiting orders.
Comrade.
Acknowledge.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Awaiting
lost.
orders.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Awaiting
Unit
affirmative.
lost.
Awaiting affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Unit
Acknowledge.
lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Waiting
Silence.
order.
Acknowledge.
Unit lost. Unit ready. New construction options. Building.
Awaiting for reporting.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Unit lost.
Waiting for acknowledged.
Awaiting affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir. Affirmative.
Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. Building. Building. Unit lost. Building. lost. Unit ready. Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Waiting for affirmative.
Unit lost.
Waiting for acknowledged.
Reporting.
Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Awaiting
lost.
coordinates.
Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting for affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Spy
Yes,
plane
sir.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Select target. Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Vehicle report.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Awaiting coordinates.
Unit
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Reporting at once.
Vehicle acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost. Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Comrade.
Report. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Construction complete.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Awaiting coordinates. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting coordinates. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awaiting coordinates.
Select target.
Awaiting coordinates. Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Waiting for affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting coordinates.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Silence
Affirmative.
needed.
Affirmative.
Building. Cannot deploy here. Unit lost. Select target. Reinforcements have arrived. Building. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Waiting.
Unit
Very well.
lost. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Vehicle affirmative.
ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Reporting. Affirmative. Waiting. Awaiting coordinates. Affirmative.
Yes,
Spy
sir.
plane
Acknowledged.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Select target. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission saved.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Reporting.
Waiting
Unit
orders.
lost.
Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. At once.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Waiting orders.
Very well. Vehicle report.
Acknowledged. Comrade.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting.
Spy plane
Acknowledged.
ready.
Waiting orders.
Select target. Unit ready.
Awaiting orders. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Comrade.
Silence
Acknowledged.
needed.
Ready and waiting.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Silence
Affirmative.
needed. Silence
Affirmative.
needed.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Comrade.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Silence
Waiting orders
needed.
at once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very well. Reporting. Very well.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Of course.
Unit
Awaiting.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Spy plane ready.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Our base
Affirmative.
is under attack. Mission accomplished.